The Faceless Athlete, the story of Sin Cara. Well, welcome back everyone, and for today, we're going to discuss the story of Sin Cara in this WWE run, and we're actually going to discuss it, because he's been known for a lot of things, and fortunately, the internet more known of him because they knew of his watches in his matches, and they labeled him as Botchkara and all of those stuff. And for today we're going to discuss Sin Cara. But what are you waiting for? Subscribe to my channel for more videos, and check on my playlist for more wrestling content. Sin Cara debuted in 2011, and despite this huge debut, the character, the person, he doesn't speak English well. For that, he is mostly used for his wrestling abilities, and in his matches, people are mostly seeing, some of his moves that he actually miscalculates, and therefore, there's a lot of memes that were associated with him with botching and all of those stuff, which some of his botches leads to his injury, such as his foot injury and his thumb injury. With because of these botches, people are making fun of him. But yeah, even though of this botches, he is actually a good superstar. He creates this magical character. He has this hype in 2011. People are actually comparing him to Rey Mysterio. People are actually thinking that Sin Cara is the next Rey Mysterio. They think of him as the one who will replace Rey or possibly retire him in this time. In 2011, we see Rey Mysterio mostly on the injured shelf also. When he was injured for a year, Sin Cara was there. He was the masked guy, and he was performing left and right. During that time, not that many luchadors are actually in WWE, or if there are some, they're actually on the developmental or possibly on the other wrestling companies, something like that. Sin Cara himself, he created a lot of feuds, such as with a small feud with Chavo Guerrero, a small feud with an imposter of him in 2011, and during his rivalry also with the Sin Cara, the other Sin Cara, who actually portrayed the Sin Cara after the original Sin Cara left, while the other Sin Cara was actually the guy who continued the gimmick till 2019, and but they feuded, and this other guy was unmasked in favor of the real Sin Cara. And for the other Sin Cara, going by Hunico, he created this new gimmick, which they had this bike and he has this manager, this bodyguard. So yeah, and for the original Sin Cara, he was injured before the year ends, I think on Survivor Series, and he returned in 2012, continued wrestling, and he did some championship pursuits. But it didn't go that much well for him. He was not a champion for the main roster. He actually tried, but for challenges, but he didn't win those matches. In 2013, the Sin Cara guy was replaced, because of I don't know what's the reason behind it, but the original Sin Cara left in 2014, I think, or 2013. And the Sin Cara who was unmasked, the guy who was portraying the heel Sin Cara in 2011, he took care of the gimmick, he took over, and he was the guy who was actually performing in 2014 onwards, 2013 onwards, which also in this time, he was actually more on, he has this new strength also related moveset, which he does some Samoan drop, and it was actually noticeable that the person actually changes because of the tattoo, which while it was not visible in the first Sin Cara. Comparing the two, and while they were not actually that identical, that's why while people are actually able to acknowledge the changes. So yeah. While also in 2012, one of the highlights of the Sin Cara character, while he was with Rey Mysterio, and while because of the two being on a tag team matches, while people are dreaming and dreaming and dreaming of a dream match between the two, the same background, the same luchador background, and while they were known for their high flying abilities, that's why what I told you earlier, they had dream matches between the two. Well, that happened not in the WWE, but it happened on an independent wrestling well wrestling show, which while during that time, well, Rey Mysterio and the original Sin Cara left the WWE in 2014, and well, I think Rey Mysterio left in 2015 or something like that, which he was released, and while the Sin Cara, well, he left in 2014, something like that, and the other one actually portrayed going forwards. And while they had this match on the independent circuit on the indies, which well, Rey Mysterio won by a submission, which is actually rare to see in Rey Mysterio matches that he was actually winning a match with a submission. So yeah, Rey Mysterio defeated the original Sin Cara who actually debuted in the WWE. And while for the other Sin Cara, well, he had a tag team title run in NXT, which while he was joined by Kalisto, and by this time, Rey Mysterio left the company, and while they had this duo now taking over the tag team division in NXT, and while they were known as the Lucha Dragons, I think, in which well Kalisto and Sin Cara held on for the tag team titles, and while the Lucha Dragons, well, they were actually on NXT. They're returning to the main roster. They had some matches with the New Day, with the Usos for the tag team championship, which they didn't win, but well, the hope is still on Kalisto, and while for Sin Cara, when the team was actually well broken, well, he go back to his well own ways, which well he didn't compete that much or more on random matches on the main roster. And as for Kalisto, well, he won the US title twice, and then while he was actually back, same as the situation for Sin Cara, which is fighting on some random matches on Raw. And well, for Sin Cara, well, he didn't do that much after his tag team with Kalisto, and well, he actually, well, he was on matches also with Andrade before leaving the company in 2019 or 2020, in which well, yeah, that was the thing with Sin Cara, and while he left the WWE, both of the Sin Cara characters are in the indie circuit or in the independents, and while there are well, they have their different gimmicks now, and well, yeah, and that's what the Sin Cara character did in the WWE. While he was hyped in 2011, he was thought to be the one who will Rey Mysterio pass the torch in. People had dream matches between the two, and well, all of those expectations died, and the years goes by. Well, after Rey Mysterio's return, Kalisto's road to being a superstar, while the Sin Cara character didn't reach that much thing, especially on his hype. And well, now WWE has a lot of luchadors. Well, they have the Lucha House Party, they have Kalisto, and well, yeah. In the WWE, well, there's a lot of matches, and well, also Sin Cara was actually well remembered because of his well entrance, which he was jumping in the ring or in the ropes, while also while people actually saw him jumping on a trampoline, which I'm not sure why it became a huge deal or something like that. But yeah, After that, well, that's it for this character. I hope you like this video. Like, comment down below, share, subscribe. And again, this is Mikeratto, and everyone, peace. Take care, everyone.